Hey everybody, I'm Logan Alec. I'm a CPA. I own Choice Tax Relief. A while back, I made a video about how 80 million Americans don't pay income tax. And this was in response to a comment that somebody made that was like, hey, tens of millions of Americans don't pay income tax. Why should I? Anyway, link to that video at the top of the screen. Well, Chadkowski commented on this video, and, he's stating some things like, well, yeah, obviously many Americans don't pay income tax. Many children don't pay income tax, but they're still Americans. And that's exactly right. And even though this isn't the nature of your comment, Chadkowski, I do want to just talk about something briefly, that an argument that I've heard from a couple of groups, interestingly enough. And it's about how sometimes children, those under the age of 18 who cannot vote, if they have, say, a part-time job or something, or maybe even a full-time job, and they're making money and they're above the standard deduction, they may have to pay taxes, right? Even though they're under 18. So, the question is, isn't that taxation without representation? Because they're being taxed, but because of the way the income tax system works, but they can't vote because they're not yet they haven't yet reached the age of majority, 18. And that's exactly true. That is taxation without representation. That said, well, taxation without representation is a slogan that came about with respect to the 13 original American colonies and their stance towards the British Crown. The concept of there being no taxation without representation isn't enshrined in the Constitution. That concept has not been upheld by courts. There are other examples of folks who pay taxes but don't have voting rights, right? I'm thinking of resident aliens, right, in this country, green card holders who are not citizens, but they're still obligated to pay taxes. In most states, being a convicted felon could preclude you from being able to vote. So there's other instances of taxation without representation, as well as minor children who are subject to taxes. But although it seems very un-American, right? Because most would say that this whole taxation without representation thing was definitely an impetus for the American Revolution. It's not like taxation without representation is some universal no-no, in our American system, right? So I just want to put that out there. I think some people think that it is, or somehow that, well, if you pay taxes, you must, therefore be able to vote. But taxation without representation, it does happen in our society. And I gave a few examples, of it in this video. But anyway, it's an interesting thought experiment. And on the flip side, plenty of people have representation without taxation, right? There's a ton of people out there who can vote, but who don't pay a lick of income taxes every year. Anyway, folks, this was just kind of a fun little video, fun little thought experiment. I don't know if you ever kind of thought about this, but folks, if you're out there and you owe the IRS or your state at least $10,000 in back taxes, or you have multiple years of unfiled tax returns, you qualify for a free consultation with us here at Choice Tax Relief. Give us a call, 866-8000-TAX. That's 866-8000-829. Or you can go to choicetaxrelief.com, fill out the form on the website, and we will reach out to you. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.